Chapter 11 of Deadwood Dick, Jr., Branded. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Deadwood Dick, Jr., Branded by Edward L. Wheeler. Chapter 11. Dick's Only Defense. "Surrender!" called out Captain Joaquin. "We'll consider that point a bit first," responded Dick. He had drawn back out of range with considerable alacrity, for the bullets had come uncomfortably close. "You will surrender, and that unconditionally, or we will riddle you with bullets," was the threat. "You have now canceled any obligation I may have been under." "If I surrender at all, it will be under conditions," rejoined Dick. "We will make terms, or I will fight it out to the death." "It will be your death, then, not mine." "Don't be too sure of that." "You are not armed." "No?" "No, you are not." "Do you want me to show you? You present a fine target there where you stand." There were 5 men in the company, 4 besides the captain, and those 4 sprang to cover instantly, lest a shot might find them. Captain Joaquin laughed. "Don't be alarmed, boys," he said. "I'll tell you he's not armed. I took his guns away from him, and he has had no chance to get others. We must have him down from there." "There is only one way to get me," said Dick. "And we will take that way." "At your peril." Captain Joaquin was no coward. He started forward at once, calling on his men to follow. The men responded, reassured by the words of their leader, as well as by his own intrepid example, and followed the Red Rover up the steep ascent with their torches. "Hold!" Deadwood Dick so ordered. They stopped and looked up as men in their position naturally would do. "You will advance another step at your peril," Dick warned them. "I am safe from your bullets, but you are in plain open sight there, and it seems a pity to pick you off." "That be hanged!" cried Captain Joaquin. "You are talking to gain time, that's all. Come on, boys." "Do you want this boulder rolled down upon you?" cried Dick. It was useless for him to pretend that he was armed when he was not armed. A shot would have been the only proof of that. "Ha ha!" laughed the captain. 4 men like you could not roll that boulder out of the cavity in which it lies. I tell you we have got you, and you can't escape us." There was not a doubt of it. It was all true, what was said of the boulder. It weighed a ton, if it weighed a pound. The reason that one man wasn't able to move it at all was because it was partly balanced in the little basin in which it rested, and could be tilted to another bearing in one direction. "Hold!" Dick's voice rang out again, more forceful than at first. Again his foes stopped, for they were in no position to disregard such a command from a desperate man. "Well, what now?" demanded the Red Rover. "I told you that we would make terms, or I would fight it to the death." "Bah! What care I for your threats? What position are you in to talk of terms? You are as good as in my hands already. Come on, boys." "One moment," cried Dick. "It is true that I have no guns at hand, as you well know, and it is also true that I cannot roll the boulder, but I have a weapon nevertheless." "What is it?" "This bag of money." "Ha, ha, ha! What is that?" "I will tell you what it is. It is a fortune in compact form. If I set a match to its contents, it will go up in smoke." There was a howl instantly. "And I can do it before you can get up to a level where you can get a shot at me," said Dick. "All you will find will be a little heap of ashes for your trouble." "You do not dare!" howled the Red Rover. "You would not have the nerve to destroy such a fortune." "No?" No, I defy you." "All right, come on and see. It will take you several minutes to get here, and by that time I can have destroyed it." "But what of you? By heavens, I would put pitch on you and burn you at the stake, Deadwood Dick. You do not know the tiger of my nature yet, or you would not rouse it." "I am seeking rather to tame it," said Dick. "And I swear that I will do just as I say if you destroy that money before I can get hold of it." "I would prefer a leap off this peak to the depths below rather than that," said Dick, "and I could carry with me what of the money I might not have time to burn." "You would not do that?" "There is one way for you to prove it. Come and see." "You have no matches there." "Here is a proof of that." Dick struck a match as he spoke, and set fire to a piece of paper he happened to have in his pocket. Captain Joaquin was dismayed. Dick could hear him consulting in low tones with his men. "What are you going to do about it?" Dick inquired after a pause. "I am ready to offer my terms." He had a potent weapon to use against them, and that was the possession of the fortune they had risked so much to get possession of that day. "Ready to offer terms?" sneered the Red Rover. "You mean that you are ready to accept such terms as you can get, I guess. We will be the ones to offer if any terms are made at all. We hold the winning hand."
"And I hold the stuff. Don't make any mistake."
"Well, what would you call terms?"
"If I surrender to you with this bag of money intact, will you allow me to go free?"
"Yes, we'll do that,"
was the prompt answer, and every one of them voiced approval. They were prompt and liberal with their promises if he would surrender at once. Deadwood Dick laughed at them. "It is too plain a case," he said. "That is not the kind of bargain I am going to make with you, however."
"You won't trust us?"
"Not a bit."
"You will have to, or we will starve you out, and at the first sight we get of you, we'll pick you off."
"Try that, my friends, and every hour I remain here I will burn $10,000 of this money. I have got money to burn, not only figuratively, but actually."
"Curse you! What terms do you want?"
"Ha! I thought you would presently recognize that I hold the better hand," said Dick.
"I recognize nothing of the kind," was the return. "But I don't want you to be fool enough to destroy that money, my hard earnings."
"That is precisely the little joker I hold," said Dick.
"Well, what do you want to do?"
"I want you to return my revolvers to me in good order."
"Say, do you take us for fools altogether? We have got the advantage now, and we mean to keep it. Forward, men, and at 'em!"
"Hold!" cried Dick, yet once again. "You evidently forget the fate of this money if you advance another step. And more than that, if you keep me here 1 hour, the pile will be $10,000 less." It was a peculiar situation. End of Chapter 11. Recording by Arnold Banner, Mount Vernon, Maine.